Hi, this is Luka Mladenovic, and I will be presenting my Science in the News project. Alright, so if we're looking about some information on the topic of my article is finding out if someone has Parkinson's disease earlier than usual, up to 10 years. The title of my article, and if you're looking at the exact wording, is The Woman Who Can Smell Parkinson's Disease, and I got the article at BBC News, specifically the UK version in Scotland. Alright, so let's look at who we're talking about here. In the top right corner, you see a woman, and her name is Joy Milne. She's 67 years old, she used to be a nurse, and she's in a very tiny branch of the population that allows her to smell somewhere between a dog and a human. So therefore, she has very good smell and can smell things that normal people can't. On your top left there, you got Joy Milne's husband, Les. He died last June at age 65. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's at the age of 45. He used to be a doctor. And if we're looking in general at people who are affected by Parkinson's, in the UK it is 1 in every 500, 127,000 in the UK, and 1 million in the US alone. And at the bottom there you see a little photo just talking about some information. So, what is Parkinson's? Parkinson's disease is a long-term degenerative disorder that affects the motor system. So, if you're looking at the symptoms, they generally come over time, and the people with Parkinson's struggle to walk, talk, and sleep. There's also no medical testing for the disease. Like I said, it affects 1 in every 500 people. And on your right here, you have a photo just showing some of the symptoms that you can get while having Parkinson's disease. Alright, so what is going on in this article? So, basically, Joy has an incredible sense of smell that is able to recognize the disease on the human body. She detected Parkinson's in her husband last 10 years before he was diagnosed by the doctors. Now Joy, she's helping from Perth, using her ability to help scientists develop a diagnostic test for the condition. She has always smelt that on her husband there was a certain smell, but she thought it was because he maybe wasn't brushing his teeth, or maybe he wasn't showering. But then she went to a meeting for people that had Parkinson's, and that smell in her nose magnified tremendously. That's when she knew that all the other people had the same smell as her husband. Her nose is helping create a diagnostic test for the disease. They're using experiments such as putting her close up to samples of Parkinson's fluid taking from patients to see if she can distinguish the Parkinson's smell. From that smell, if she ends up smelling it, the scientists can find out exactly what molecule in her nose it is that is finding it. From there, they can also, she describes it as a heavy, thick musk smell and very different. Joy's husband was also diagnosed with Parkinson's at the age of 45. Like I said, he used to be a doctor, but she smelt it 10 to 12 years prior to him being diagnosed by the doctor. As his Parkinson's got worse, the smell got worse with him. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit short one. When? If we're looking at when, the article was, the interview was originally placed in 2015, but the renewed version of the video was released in 2007. Same thing with the experiments being taken. And if you're looking at Parkinson's and when about that, the disease has been discovered in 1817, and on your right you have a little photo of the person who was named after it, whose last name was Parkinson. Alright, so let's look at where. So the experiments have been done all over the world. That's my bad. All in the United Kingdom, but very few people with the condition live all over the world. The thing is, scientists cannot find them easily. By that I mean, this woman who has this condition, who can smell very acute smells, it's very hard to find those kinds of people, and they're lucky to have found her. If you're looking at where these people are affected, it affects all around the world. By that I mean Parkinson's. And a cure or something like that would ease the pain to this condition and would be accessed all around the world. Both husband and wife and all the scientists in this video are from the United Kingdom. So everything takes place in the United Kingdom. Let's look at why. So why is this so important? Why are they doing this? The goal is not to find a cure at the moment, but to find Parkinson's disease earlier and alleviate that pain would be tremendous. The reason why is because by the time doctors actually find out that you have Parkinson's disease and they try to diagnose you, 60 to 70% of damage is already done to your body, and it's too late. The reason it's huge, why it's detected earlier, is because as it gets worse, as you age, the doctors would detect it. It's already too late. Your body can't fight it at the point, resulting in a much younger death than you should be having. Finding it earlier would be able to reduce the amount of time that you would be living with that, or maybe expand it by treating it better. So how are they actually going to do this? Like I said before, I won't go over this again, but they're putting those test tubes up at her nose. She's able to detect the smells. They find the molecules, and from there, what they can do, when they extract the molecule, they do things that they've already done. They can train dogs to sniff it out, or use her to sniff it out. This will be a huge advancement in history for the cure of this disease. Like I said, the cure will not be found that soon, but this is a big step. Reaction, I'm very happy about the news. For one, it's not hurting anyone, and the trials on her are very safe. Something like this has never happened before, and to discover something like this, it will only revolutionize the area of the medical and scientific field. It is only benefiting the world at this point. I like this article for the same reasons I stated on the last slide. It will have a good effect on the vast majority of people who have this condition. And like I said before, the goal is not to find a cure at the moment, but to find it earlier and alleviate it would be tremendous. They are taking very realistic steps. The world impact, like I said before, 1 in every 500 people, 127,000 in the UK and 1 million in the US. Having this cure can slow down the amount of time that it takes for the disease to take over, therefore giving them a longer life. Dogs have already been trained to sniff out cancers and other types of diseases, and this would just be another addition to the amount of things they can accomplish. It is one step closer to having a cure and a much better approach instead of the system we have for helping it right now. This will help everyone who is or will be experiencing this disease and its effects. And here are some links to the photos and information, and thank you for listening. Thank you for your time.